I'm going to start out with my friend Paul Sanchez, and let me tell you about this man right here. So, I first met him at the Kerrville Folk Festival, which is in Texas. If you ever get a chance to go to this festival, I recommend it highly. It's weeks. I think it's 3 weeks long, and it's an old like a ranch, a farm, and spread out all across this farm are camps. People camping, and it's all songwriters and singers. It's like the songwritingest festival that you ever heard of. And there's this stage and with big acts on it and all kinds of stuff and a smaller stage. But really, the sort of enchanting part of it is that nobody sleeps. It's Texas, the sun is a lethal weapon there in June, right? So everybody's up all night long, going from campsite to campsite, trading songs and hearing songs. And that's where I met Paul Sanchez. And I went, I think, 3 or 4 years in a row, and I remembered several people, but Paul is the treasure that I took out of there. We had an album of his called Home by Morning, which my kids were raised on that album. It was just beautiful. And he's got other albums and stuff too, but he's kind of laying back now. He's not, doesn't have a big presence on the internet, but I hunted him down. I sent out, um, I sent out an army of people to find him, and we got him. We got his phone working, and I'm so delighted to be with him today and to be with, to share him with you all. It's just a delight. So I want you to unmute for a minute and then just give a nice welcome from Oregon, actually, Paul Sanchez.
Hey, Paul. Thank you for being here.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks, Don. I'm gonna play a love song. It's kind of a pathetic love song.
Oh.
I could be great at romance if I ever fell into that circumstance. I would be great on a warm summer night, under the moon holding somebody tight. But love never pauses to enter my sight. Can you help me? I could be great at romance. With practice, I could possibly learn to slow dance. I could be great on a walk in the rain, holding your hand to a Gershwin refrain. But love never pauses to mention my name. What's your name? I dare you, I double dare you. I don't mean to scare you away. It's just that I'm lonely, and I guess that I only want to be part of an old cliche. I could be great at romance if you'd allow me to take the chance. I would be brilliant, I know that I would. Don't let my intentions be misunderstood. If you'd care to show me, I swear I'd be good. If you would just throw me a glance, I could be great, I could be great, I could be great at romance.
Beautiful, Paul. Wow.
Nice. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Great.
So beautiful.
Wow, that was wonderful, Paul. Thank you so much. So you hang around. We'll go around a couple of times. Next time through, we'll chat a little bit. Let's give a nice thank you to this lovely man and his big heart there, coming from Oregon.
That's great, Paul.
All right, so let's go around again. This time I want to talk to all my buddies. So Paul Sanchez, let's talk a little bit. Brandon, can you put us side by side here? So Paul, when I first met you, I met you in Kerrville. I already talked about how much I love that place. Would you agree with my assessment of it, how it's not like anything else?
Oh yeah, it's one of a kind. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Have you been?
Summer camp.
What's that?
Kind of like summer camp for songwriters.
So Shanna, that's something you'll have to do. Are you going to Kerrville, Shanna? Are you going this
I
year?
am going.
Right. So, yeah, these are the kind of friends you meet when you go there. It's not like any place else. There's a lot of people kind of like that person you talked about, just kind of throwing their songs. But if you have an eye to just sort of look past them, there are these like angels walking around there in that place. And I mean that. After I went the first time, I never brought a guitar after. I wasn't interested in throwing songs around. I was interested in people and who I could meet. And then, if I felt compelled to play a song, all I have to do is reach down and there's a guitar. I mean, the place has got
Totally.
more guitars per square inch than any place I've ever seen in my life. Paul, when was the last time you were there?
Oh, it's been quite a while. It's been 15 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not sleeping on the ground anymore. I don't care where it is. Tom White needs room service now at this, his bones. But uh, I think very fondly on those years that I went there and meeting you and getting to know you and being familiar with your music is really one of the highlights of the whole thing for me. So if you'd play another song for us, I'd be much obliged.
Okay, I will do that. This song, this was inspired by a book called The Cider House Rules by John Irving. Sometimes a heart shatters apart and falls like a dying star into the light, taking its light, hiding somewhere far away where it looks like it ends to never be seen again, where the fire fades away from you, but it don't disappear. It's closer than near. It's just asleep inside of you. For the heart is a very strong muscle. It just takes a little time. Right now your heart may be nothing but trouble, but soon it'll work just fine. And sometimes a dream rips apart at the seams to where you think you just can't take anymore, but the pieces will mend to start you over again, stronger than you've ever been before. For the heart just takes a little time. Right now your heart maybe nothing but trouble, but soon it'll work just fine.
Oh man. Oh man.
Woo! That was gorgeous. Thank
That was
you, Paul.
beautiful, Paul. Really nice.
You know, I said this last time I saw you. That is one of my top songs of all time. It just kills me every time. You know, I don't think I'm gonna make any more albums because I don't see the point of it really. But if I were to make one, I might consider covering that if you'd let me do it. It's just for the heart is a very strong muscle. It just takes a little time. Right now, your heart might be nothing but trouble.
Yeah.
Soon it'll work just fine. That's as good as that gets as far as my ear is concerned.
Yes.
It's just beautiful, Paul. Thank you so much, everybody.
Beautiful, Paul.
All right, so now it's the lightning round. No Dawn talking, no nothing. Just 1, 2, 3. Play your song. Let's go. It's like an assembly line. We're gonna start with Paul Sanchez. On your mark, get set, sing a song.
I'm trying to be fast, I really am. This is a new song, so we'll see how I remember the lyrics. Too many candles, too many cakes, too many worries, too many mistakes. Don't look in the mirror, don't think about your age. No matter what happens, you're turning the page. You will always be young. You will always be young. You once were a child, my how you've grown. So much has happened since you left your home. All that crying and moaning, it's a natural fact. But there's something inside you, you always bounce back. You will always be young. You will always be young. Time moves slowly when you're floating downstream. It happens only if you're lost inside a dream. Too many candles, too many cakes. You'll get there no matter what it takes. So it's off to the future, wherever that may lead. I hope you find exactly what you need. You will always be young. You will always be young. You will always be young. You will always be young.
Oh, that was beautiful.
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 Oh,
Very
woo!
beautiful.
Love it.
Beautiful.
Excellent.
Love it.
That was the first time, huh? My goodness, that was wonderful.
Yeah, Paul. You know what? One of the things that I'm always that separates you from almost everybody that I know as a songwriter is that I always feel the struggle and and the hope in what you're doing. Always, even in the hard ones and the sad ones and all of that. It's it means something to me. It's just think that I'm glad to know you and glad to know somebody who sort of just walks in the world that way. So we're here every Thursday, for at least, I don't know, through February. I'll reevaluate how I feel about it. But anytime you want, just pop by, and if you got a song you're working on, you see how I'm pulling people in tonight. You're welcome to sing or hang out or anything. You're somebody I really care a lot about, and I'm glad to see you're doing well. So please, let's thank again Mr. Paul Sanchez, everybody.
Oh, that was great. Thanks so much.
One more thing, one little thing.
Sure.
Somebody asked what the poster was on my wall, and it's a poster of Graham Parsons.
Really? Doing his Elvis impersonation. looks like Elvis's white suit at the end there. So Graham Parsons, very nicely done. All right. Thanks, Paul.